recap. Everything fell. But this is the last recap before Godzilla X Kong, which I'm leaving in probably like 30 minutes, and I'm seeing it at 1:25. This is a recap of Monarch Legacy of Monsters. We're going to start with the 1950s, and then we're going to go to the 2015s. So we're starting with this, the young Leisha. Riot Russell's Leisha. It starts in 1952. The Bill Randa is found in the jungle with the scientist that Leisha is escorting in the jungle. And when they find Bill, he goes to the U.S. Lawton, which was apparently went destroyed in the water, and he was the only survivor and saw vicious eyes of a monster. And then something came, the one that attacked years ago, the Ion Dragon. And it attacked. And they got away, but in 1954, with Bill, Lee, and Kanko, they find Godzilla, but then the rest of Monarch/military bomb him instead of helping him when Godzilla was not wanting to do anything. And then Lee said he would protect him. Then in 1955, they were all good friends, and then Lee was about to get in charge of Monarch, and that would have been good for them. But then Kanko and Bill found a reading of a Titan in Japan. So they leave, but Bill doesn't want him to be alone, so he goes and doesn't get the job. And that after the leader of Monarch. But he saves Kanko from being killed by the thing that was tracking him. That got wiped away by the tail of Godzilla, and then he went away. They were happy Godzilla was alive. They didn't tell the people in charge of Monarch, but Lee didn't get in charge. Later, days later, they have to make a map of where all the Titans are, like the Ion Dragon and Godzilla. But Godzilla, they thought was dead, and they were trying to keep it a secret, Kanko and Bill. But then Leisha tells them that he's still alive, which was the right thing to do. 1959, they found another Titan, and Kanko fell in. They were like these small Titans. I don't know what they were called. Then we go to 1962, where Lee and Bill think they can find a way to get deep, like Hollow Earth or something. Because during 1955, an ant went under the map, and that's where he came up with Hollow Earth, the Hollow Earth theory. Lee goes down there, and they're going to pull him back up, but the Ion Dragon came and attacked, and he got stuck down there. He was down there for two or so weeks and got out, but each day was a year on the main place. He wasn't in Hollow Earth. He was in Axis Mundi, in a place in between Hollow Earth and Earth. So he gets out in 1982, and he is terrified. He's wondering where Bill is, but they say Bill. Then Bill and Kanko. What's her name? Why did I forget her name? Kanko. This kid, Hiroshi, comes and says, Bill Randa died years ago in 1973, and you disappeared in 1963 during Project Hourglass. And then he says, then we get into Lee's hospital bed because he has like gamma radiation, and he says, we can do this together. We can figure it out. But Hiroshi doesn't do it, and he's sent into a place, and he's held for like 40 years, and he becomes this. And then 2014 comes, and he's in Hawaii when the Mutos attacked Godzilla. Then we get to present day, where we're on the bridge in 2014 with Kate Randa, the son of Hiroshi, the daughter of Hiroshi Randa. And she's stuck, and she sees the Godzilla attack in San Francisco. And she sees G-Day. And then we're in 2015, where she's on a plane to Tokyo because she's having memories of G-Day, and she remembers her father left to Tokyo. And then she finds in that apartment she had a secret kid, and Hiroshi was cheating. Have a brother named Kintaro. They go exploring Japan, where Monarch finds out they have a bag that in 1973 Bill threw into the water during the Skull Island expedition, and they found it in 2013. And Monarch came after them, but they escaped, and they found Lee Shaw. And then they escaped onto a boat to South Korea, which Lee finds one of the people he needed. Then they went to Alaska, where their plane is attacked, and Lee's friend is killed. And then they're stuck in the ice. Meg falls into water, and it breaks into her leg goes in the water. She's almost dead to hypothermia. Well, then they figure out the reason that monster attacks is it likes heat. So then explodes like the plane, and they get out. And Kentaro's having memories of his father. Then May's good, and then Monarch finds them, and Lee sees where the time came out. It's a portal to somewhere. Access Mundi. Then they're in this Monarch base prison thing. They must get out. They let them out, but don't let Lee out. They show him a memory. He talks about him, says the Monarch is bad. They don't know what they're doing anymore like they used to. And then they go back to San Francisco, where the attack happened. It was basically nuclear radiation everywhere. The food was still good, though. Animals, cats were still there. But then she's having memories of San Francisco, and they get out. Then they get Lee back, and they go to the desert somewhere in Africa, and they're attacked by Godzilla, and they find their father, who is tracking him. And then May reveals she did something bad where she lived. Then she gets kidnapped by Apex. And then they team up with one of the people in Monarch named Tim, and then they kind of join Monarch a little. And then they find May, and it turns out May's real name is Cora, and she lives in Seattle. Monarch uses an emergency thing, for emergencies, Tim at least, and they get May back. And it turns out the company that she worked for and that she made mistakes at and she had to abandon was called AET, and then they changed their name to Apex Labs. And then Monarch steps out of the shadows. Then they go to where Lee Shaw lost Kenko. And then Kate, Lee, and May fall in. But Kentaro and Tim and some other Monarch people stay up. Then on the surface, Tim and Kentaro are mad, and they leave, and then Tim leaves Monarch, and they search for help, and they get the Apex person May was running from. Then down on the surface, they're running to survive. May and Lee are together, but Kate isn't, even though she fell with Kate. And then wherever Kate is far away, and Kenko finds her. Then they find Lee, all of them find each other, and Kenko says, they ask how long Kenko thinks she's been down there, and she says, estimated 59 days. And they're like, oh, so 59 years. So then she's upset. What she's been using, Monarch's been getting weird signals because of her. She was using the signal thing that the Ion Dragon attacked in 1962. And then they take it to get the ship that Lee got used to get down here. And they are getting ready to get out. They need a time, though, to open a portal, and the Ion Dragon was too close. But then Godzilla's roar, and he came, attacked the Ion Dragon, and ripped his wing off and threw him through the portal. Lee was still outside, so he holds on. He says, "I'll always remember you, Kenko. You look the exact same. I'll miss you." And then jumps and comes off. And then Kenko and May and Kate are back, and they get onto a Apex research bay where Kentaro and Tim and the Apex are. And then the alarm goes off. They say, "You've missed a while. It's been 2 years now, and it's 2017 before the King Ghidorah attack." And then you see Apex Skull Island research, and then Kong is there. And that's to be continued in season 2. Hope you guys enjoyed. This was a long recap, but hit the like button and subscribe. Bye for now.